one of the things that you were talking about on one of the videos was what it takes to be a very successful entrepreneur. So could you touch on, not maybe one thing, but is there a handful of things that you see that entrepreneurs need to have?
You know, I get an opportunity to work with a wide range of entrepreneurs in many different sectors. Today, our private business platform is 32 companies. And so they're pretty well in every state, in every sector, in every geography. And there are some common traits amongst the ones that are winning that I find interesting. Because this isn't, you know, some theory about business. It's I watch it happen every day. So it turns out in businesses between, and my portfolio, the average sort of spreads from 5 million in sales at the low end to 385 million is our biggest company now. And so if you look at what's common trait amongst the entrepreneurs that are being successful is, number one is time management skills above all else. The ability to take the working day and determine how it's going to be used, not only by themselves, but their employees. And that is what I've determined is actually the difference between success and failure, because great entrepreneurs understand the value of their time and their employees' time and how they're going to interact with their customers. And to me, and I'll tell you why I came across this, Robin. A few years ago, PwC, the accounting firm that looks at all of our platform companies and does what's called a going concern test every year, on which ones are going to be written down or which ones are going to be refunded, et cetera. We found out after 7 years of private investments, not some of our returns, all of them came from companies run by women. And so we tried to figure out why is that, and it turns out that old adage, if you want something done, give it to a busy mother, it's time management skills. So I would say that is number one on all things, and I think everybody in here should hear that, because you know, when you get up in the morning, Sarah Margolis, who runs Honey Fund for me, which is a fantastic business, she makes 38 basis points on $400 million every year. It just pours in cash. It's amazing. Her big deal, and what she taught me was, she puts on the table in her head 3 tasks she's got to get done by noon before she'll answer an email, take a call, or even talk to her husband. Those 3 things have to get done. And it's whatever she sets them as. It could be talk to the, you know, the principal of her kid's school. But unless those 3 things get done, nothing else happens. Very cool idea.
Yeah.
I do that now. It's really powerful. And then you just don't take any noise. You say, no, don't talk to me. I'm not finished doing what I have to do.
Do you think it's mostly the distractions that entrepreneurs just get busy with little things and minutia and kind of avoid the big rocks that they need to be working on?
Unfortunately, one of the great benefits of technology is productivity. One of the big downsides, it's incredibly distracting. People check their Twitter account, or they'll answer a Facebook message, or they'll do something that has nothing to do with making money. And the reason you go to work in the morning is to make money. That's what you're there for. All the other wonderful things you can do with your time are based on your ability to create an income for yourself and your family. So why spend any time doing all that crap, which is distracting? And so that's the number one thing I find in my companies is when you see someone failing and you look at how they manage their time, you'll see right there what's going on. They're not focused on what matters.
Okay.
That's simple.
Anything else?
The sacrifice. I mean, you know, if you think you can have a balanced life as an entrepreneur, that's just all bullshit. There's some other guy who wants your customer that's working 25 hours a day.
Right.
That's what I found. And so I don't even talk about that anymore as saying, look, it's a great, you have to decide. It's a path. You either are going to control your own destiny or you're going to be an employee. They're both noble. One gives you time to be with your family, one gives you a more balanced life, and the other one is balls to the wall. And the reason you do it is to eventually have personal freedom because you've been successful. And I think most of the people in this room fall into that second category, balls to the walls, and they're going to make it or they're not. And that's why I come here, because it's a kindred spirit. I like to see entrepreneurs that are willing to risk it all, but have to realize there is no balance. So I'm that kind of guy that says, look, that isn't going to work. if you want to compete in a market, you've got to be ready to sacrifice.
Right.